Let me tell you, I actually don't play original Incredibox that much. Yeah, very weird to hear it from the biggest Incredibox geek in community. Probably because I don't have that much time to do that. I wanted to play something else, or do something else, or just being lazy. But I finally got the chance to play all the original 8 versions of the game. Just mix the sounds and hear what I got. And later, I got this idea. What if I will make a ranking of these versions based on how much I enjoyed playing them? The definitive ranking of these versions will be in the future. Definitely after I do a breakdown review of all versions. So I need to hurry up until the release of the next version. Before we start, let me tell how I do these rankings. Besides putting them in places, I also put them in a tier, so it would give more info, because the version might be on the last place, but actually be a very good one. I have 5 tiers. S tier, it's a masterpiece, and I really enjoy the stuff. A tier, it's very great stuff. B tier, it's good stuff. C tier, not that good. And D tier, fuck the stuff. Thankfully, none of the original versions are in D tier. I hope you got it. So let's start with the C tier. At number 8, probably some people already guessed it, I have Brazil. Long-time subscribers probably know and saw this video where I say that Brazil is the most boring version in game. For myself. I don't think it's the weakest one although, but we are talking about the sounds and mixing them here. And a lot of sounds in Brazil are just not that interesting. It got average kick pattern, 4 different maracas sounds, almost every effect is just a percussion, melodies are not that memorable and most of the voices are just choruses. And this one is literally just a bass sound. So you see why I don't enjoy this version that much. Besides, this is the first time since the first version when developers decided to make sounds with only one loop. And let me tell you, I think it makes the sounds too repetitive and boring. And I'm very glad that even in new version they still do the sounds with 2 loops. They probably know that 1 loop sounds are a bad idea. And you will see in this ranking. Moving on. To be honest, putting this version that low in the ranking was kinda heartbreaking. At number 7, I have Alive. Yeah, I am actually shocked too. Alive was the first version that I waited for, and it's the version that gives me a lot of nostalgia. And basically, I took the clothes for my avatar from that one Alive teaser. They are not the same characters. And when I started to play this version, I just thought, man, this version is not that interesting and good as I thought it was. I don't enjoy that vibe that this version has anymore. The melodies here are not that great, and again, it's very repetitive because of 1 loop sounds. Probably that's the reason. And it actually made me kinda depressed for a while. Anyways, let's move on. Now we are getting to the B tier, and at number 6 I got Alpha. Although this version has 1 loop sounds, I don't feel tired from playing it, and it's not that boring as previous two. I guess I'm just exhausted from the sounds with effects and that don't feel like a cappella anymore, like in most of the Moss and West version. Some old school beatbox is what I like, and Alpha has it. But yeah, a lot of sounds in it are kinda middle, like the 4th beat, 2nd and 3rd effects, and etc. But this version still keeps me playing a little longer than Brazil and Alive. And yeah, as you can see, the versions that have only 1 loop sounds are dead last. We won't see them anymore, thankfully. Alpha was the only B tier version, so we already moving on to A tier. At number 5 I have G1. For some reason, G1 has been kinda overlooked by the community now. From developers, this version has the smallest amount of mixes created by people, And it's very weird because this is a very good version. It has a lot of unique sounds, and finally, the sounds have two loops, unlike Brazil and Alive. And unlike Brazil, G1 does a much better job in portraying a different culture in my opinion. Although this version still has some weak sounds, especially melodies. From melodies that I really like, only the whistle guy and this bird guy. Others are just fine, but I still recommend you to give G1 more attention. It is really great. This one might also be controversial, but at number 4, in A tier, I have Dystopia. And don't get me wrong, the version itself is incredible, but we are talking about the sounds here, and it has a lot of really good and unique sounds. And I think this version does a much better job in having unique sounds than Alive, probably because sounds have two loops, and overall melodies are much better, but not masterpieces. The arpeggio, trumpet melody, the organ, really great. Others too are fine, but voices in this version are incredible, especially the choruses. But even though I don't think this version will beat the classic ones. So we are moving on to the S tier. You probably already know what 3 versions are left, and you just wonder in what placement I will put them. So let's start with number 3, Little Miss. I think true Incredibox that we love started from Little Miss. The original first version was something like a prototype, to see if people like the concept, but in my opinion, Little Miss is the first true modern Incredibox version. It has classic acapella and beatbox style, and this is the first version to have 2 loop sounds, and god, the sounds here are classics, especially the melodies. You can make really badass mix, really sad mix, and really depressing mix, just pure beatbox and more. This version doesn't have sounds that are completely boring. Even the weakest sounds work very well in mix. I love Little Miss, the version, not what you might think. At number 2, I have The Love. This was the first version of Incredibox that I saw, long time ago in 2017. I don't know, maybe it's nostalgia, but this version just slaps for me. This disco vibe works very well, despite how simple it sounds. And holy fuck, the melodies! All the melodies are bangers. And these melodies can be mixed separately, and together they combine very well. And this is the thing that a lot of mods don't have. Melodies that could be used with other melodies. Usually when you put 2 melodies, they sound like a mess or don't sound that well. And this is what I love in The Love. Haha. First and second melodies work very well separately and very great together, which makes a really interesting sound. I enjoy The Love a lot. But you probably already know the winner in this list. At number 1, we have Sunrise. I think this version is in first place for a lot of people, and I understand. This is a masterpiece of a version. It is catchy, it has really unique and great melodies, and this version overall is very joyful. And like The Love, it has very simple sounds, but they are bangers. Maybe making sounds that are simple is the key to a great version? Who knows? But nonetheless, Sunrise is the winner in this ranking. And what is your ranking list? Tell me in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching and see you later.